guys, welcome back to the channel. Today I'm going to be talking about how you can value yourself more, whether it is a past relationship where you just completely lost yourself, your career, maybe some past things that happened to you. I'm going to allow yourself to really just set these things aside, allow it not to serve you anymore, and just be your true authentic self. So let's get into the video. Who don't know me, I am Shika. I'm a travel lifestyle content creator, mentor, and owner of Blog It. And in this channel, I talk about all things spirituality, wellness, entrepreneurship, and social media. Today, I want to get a little personal with you guys and chat a little bit more about self-value. I think that a lot of us tend to hold ourselves against what our true value is, what we truly deserve on a daily basis, and it really hinders our inner self-worth, inner self-confidence, and sometimes it can be so difficult when you're coming from an unhealthy relationship to the job that you just keep on falling into, that you doesn't treat you the way that you should be, or the job that doesn't deserve to have your efforts and your work, or even just your personal life, how you see yourself in the mirror. Today, I'm gonna help you guys really just fall in love with yourself again, to be able to step into your truth a little bit further and put in the work that you need in order to serve yourself in the best possible way. Make sure you give this video a thumbs up, subscribe, and put notification bells so you don't miss another video on how you can just really help yourself spiritually, wellness, entrepreneur. Obviously, if you're a leader or wanting to be a leader, or you just really want to change yourself, this is the channel for you, and I really would love to have you guys be part of the community. I want to say thank you to all of you guys who are already subscribed, and let's get into the video. The first thing is, what is making you feel this doubt, this lack of self-worth, this value? And sorry, I think this is so weird to say, but it's true. Like, what is this feeling that we're getting? Where does it come from? And even saying this right now, I really feel like this is my truth talking here, but what is your reason as to why your value is so diminished? So a great thing to kind of look into that is the past relationship. You know, maybe you were with a narcissistic relationship, an abusive relationship, someone who didn't value you, didn't treat you the way that you deserved. Or maybe you're at work and you're getting, you know, kind of tempered over by your boss, or you don't really feel like you're getting the value you need in your 9-to-5 job, or you're falling into a pattern of just basically feeling very burnt out. Or maybe it's your personal life. Maybe you were bullied. Maybe you've always looked at your appearance a certain way. This is really what's going to help you start and put that behind you today. So write that down, what exactly it is. Journalize it, visualize it, write it down. I know it might be difficult for you to do this, but this is a very crucial step to understand where it's coming from, to understand where exactly you need to work on yourself in order to be the best version that you need to be, and to fall in love with who that person is, because it's still in there. You need to pull it out. And the work is not easy, but this is the first step to really helping yourself to face what doesn't serve you anymore and what will serve you, which is who you are and what you're trying to find back in within you. So that's the first step of just finding and starting to find your self-value again. And I think it's very important. So the next step is, now that you know what it is, you need to find the source. Where did this derive from? Was it a childhood memory when you were 2 years old? Was it when you were a teenager, when you were transitioning into a different form of your life and you went through a phase? Was it when your adulthood, your young adulthood years? Or was it when you were 35 years old, mid-age crisis, and you decided that the job that you've been working for years is not what you love, or you want to go into something completely different, or the person that you love, you now want to divorce? Whatever those extreme or even micro issues as to why your self-worth and your value was able to be just really diminished or buried within you, you need to find the source of it. This is very interesting because sometimes the answers won't come right away. What I like to do is meditate on it and kind of see what emotions come from and understand where it's coming from. Is it coming from your heart? Is it coming from your stomach? Is it coming from your arms, your head? where is this emotion lying in? And it's a lot of the times when our self-worth is usually our sacral and our sacral and solar plexus, but it's also in our heart chakra. So find out where exactly is it living, and find out, where it's going. It could also be others. It could be people around you, their contribution to making you feel that way, your environment. Write those down after you've figured out what exactly has been causing your self-worth to feel this way. So the next step is remove negative thoughts by replacing them by positive thoughts verbally and visually. Sometimes our self-worth is our own demon, in the sense of that we tend to be like, oh my gosh, like we're the ones why, we're negative, or perhaps that, something bad happened and, you keep telling yourself, oh, I'm worthless, I'm not worth it, or whatever it may be. Your self-value is whatever you portray. And it's funny, I watched this video once and it was a perfect visual kind of a story, and I want to share it with you guys. And I want you guys to picture this situation where you're in a situation where you were sick and you find out today that you're diagnosed with cancer. And just think of that moment, and they tell you that is in an area where they have to take it out and there is only a small chance that you will live. Now, in this video, one of the biggest things that I took away from it was that, and I'll try to find it and put it down in the link below, but one of the things that I noticed was that he's sleeping and he has a vision with himself. And this vision he has is himself just sitting there and looking into the mirror, and he says, hey, I'm you. I know you're you. You're me. He's like, no, I'm you. And he's like, what does that mean? I'm you, the person that you are trying to be, the person that you see yourself as in society. And why I'm saying that is some of the things that we see ourselves could be negative. And even though they're just little thoughts that are here and there throughout our day, there's a reason where that thought is coming from. There's a reason why we think that way. And it can be the simplest thing as doubt, fear, emotions that are triggered into a certain word, such as hopeless, not beautiful, all those words. But when you change those words to beautiful, strong, independent, and this is proven by a lot of science as well, when you say words of compassion and love to yourself or to things, the molecules actually become much beautiful and more constructed compared to if you were to say anger and hatred. That affects you both emotionally and physically. So again, one of the biggest things is change those negative thoughts into positive affirmations and state them to yourself on a daily basis. Which goes to another tip that I'll show you guys at the end, but this is so important, is really remove all negativity. Whatever happens in our thoughts, especially when we're at certain vibrations throughout the day, can actually allow us to consume our thoughts and allow it to attract things that we don't want. In other words, attract that whole of lack of self-confidence. And we don't want that anymore. We want positivity. We want love. We want compassion. These are the words that we want. So for you to put the work into yourself for that self-value, you need to do that through affirmations, changing those negative thoughts into positive and saying, no, wait, stop. Like, this is actually how I feel about myself. And even though it might feel weird the first few times, eventually as you do it more and more, it'll actually feel much more comfortable. And that's when you know your true self is coming out and you're actually healing the process. And it's not easy. You might cry, you might laugh, you might feel uncomfortable. But remember, you are going the right direction and there's a reason why you're doing it. And there'll be signs. Like, I think one of the things I tell you guys, know I love angel numbers. It's funny, the more you get in tune with yourself and healing, it's not easy, but there's signs and you're never alone. So just try to look out for those signs. I think it's very important as well. Fourth reason is law of attraction. You guys know I love my law of attraction. I talk about it quite a lot on this channel. And if you guys don't know, I have a lot of videos on law of attraction, of appearance, of the love of your life, to money. If If you guys are interested in that, you can go check out that video after. There's a lot of great stuff, detachment, all that stuff that will really help you guys give an action plan on how to help you in those areas. But attraction really comes down to attract what you want, attract what you want to be, attract what you want to see, and remove negativity from people. And let your priorities and set your priorities in order to set your expectations. So let's kind of take a step back. Law of attraction, if you guys don't know, or LOA, is what you are, the energy, the thoughts, the things you are, what you encompass or say is what you attract. For example, if you see a poor person, usually a poor person is very negative. Their energy is very negative. Why? Because they always complain about how much money they don't have, what is going wrong in their life. But if they were to change their mindset and actually put the time to actually put in that time into working into themselves and say, you know what, this isn't all me. I'm actually going to get out of this poor situation. Money comes to me. I'm really focusing on the optimism and building on that self-confidence. That's going to bring them to a better state and better opportunities. And that energy is going to be transferred over to other people when they're around them. So law of attraction is a very, very big thing. If you've ever stepped into a room and you feel kind of weird, or you step into a room and you're really feeling happy and excited for some reason, that's all under the law of attraction. It's the fact that our energies are they can be intertwined and connected and affected by one another. So this is where, when you're talking about starting or just thinking of start your self-value or increasing your value and state, it really comes down to understanding, law of attraction and how to use it on a daily basis. So the first thing is attracting what you want. So what do you want to value in yourself? You need to write down what made you feel that way. How do you want to feel that? Like, how do you not want to feel that way? What do you want to feel instead? And then ask yourself, how will you attract that? That might be hard. That might be disconnecting cords, which if you guys haven't seen my detachment video of law of attraction, go watch it. This will help you guys out. Detaching cords, it could be removing yourself from other environments, people. It might be isolation to work on yourself. It might be going into a different group of people to help find more of yourself within that. It could be many things, but you need to ask yourself that question. Ask yourself, what do I want to attract in my life that's going to help me with my self-value and grow and develop myself? That's the first thing. The second thing is removing negative people. There are things such as, energy vampires, or just people that don't know that they leak off this negativity. And it can be exhausting. You've ever had that feeling where you go to a party or you're talking to someone and then all of a sudden you're just like really negative, or just feeling like there's something on you. Their energy has affected you. And that's where, even though it might be just 2 seconds or just a little transfer of conversation on the phone or whatever it may be, that can actually relate to holding that energy on you, which is why I do things such as smudging, which you guys know. I do it every single day, or whenever I go back to my house or whatnot, or if there's a lot of people in the room, I smudge. I use crystals. I use selenite, which is really awesome, which is also a great tool for crystals. Now, I always tell people crystals, nature, the universe will help you if you help yourself. So this is only part of the solution, but remove all negativity in your environment, in your space. Allow yourself to remove it. A great thing that I love to do, a great tip for you guys, is take a wand of selenite. You can get this on Amazon or Etsy. They're like $15, maybe less, $20. And you just literally just wipe it off. Let me wipe some off of you guys. So wiping off all of the energy, just let it go. If you don't want to smudge, or you can't maybe smudge in your apartment, use selenite. Or sorry, not selenite. Use selenite. I'm like talking whatever. Selenite, and it's a crystal like this that's great for cleansing crystals and everything and energy. And just holding it right now makes me feel really good. And what I say is like remove all energy. Another great thing is sound. Use a shack. Sound it out. If you hear a sound, it breaks all energy around you. But you need to remove it, and then in doing so, you need to cleanse it after, and you can use those tools to help you out. The last thing is set priorities and expectations. If you don't know what your worth is, no one else will be able to hit that barrier. You need to make barriers. If you've been through a toxic relationship, I know it's difficult. I've been through that as well. I've been through an abusive relationship. I've been through a relationship with a narcissist. I've been through a lot as well, and it's not easy. But what you need to understand is that person, whether it's an intimate relationship or friendship, you do not serve that person anymore. It's now time for you to flourish, for you to grow, for you to build. And what you need to do is to set your priorities. Now I'm committing to myself. This is what I deserve. This is what I need in order for me to be the best person I need. And this is the type of person that I need in my life. And tell the universe what you want, but you need to write that down. And when opportunities come, you can ask yourself, is that person going to bring positive energy? Is that person going to make me feel bad about myself? Is that person going to aid me and support me as I go through this transition and falling in love with myself? You need to set expectations, priorities, and things. And you need to also prioritize yourself, which goes into my next step that I'll go into, but it's a good one, so I'm going to hold it off. But again, like I said, law of attraction is such a very powerful, amazing thing. I'm going to actually create more videos on law of attraction because I notice a lot of the tips I give you guys is based on that. So if you do like that, give this video a thumbs up and let me know down below. Also, let me know how you use law of attraction in your life if you are familiar with the concept, and how it has helped you to either love yourself more, or at a time where you felt negative or someone was negative around you, and how it really just showed its true power. So yeah, it's really great. I love it. The last and foremost thing that I actually talk about in law of attraction of appearance, and you guys can check out that video as well, but it's called mirror work. As you guys know, I'm a Reiki practitioner. I'm really big on self-love and stuff. I do it myself on myself. We're not all perfect. You know, I have things to grow. You have things to grow on as well. And one of the things that my first Reiki practitioner said is mirror work. And mirror work essentially is when you are completely naked in a tall mirror, or a mirror where you can see your body and you look at yourself. Right now I'm wearing a sweater and a scarf, as you guys can see. And I'm always clothed. We're always clothed. We have the shield of clothing. If there's something we don't like, such as the rolls or a face or a nose or whatever it is, what do? We basically solve it with clothes. What a mirror work does is it allows you to be completely vulnerable with yourself. And going back to that situation that you said about where I told you guys that story about when the guy looked at himself and he was like, I'm you, how you see yourself in the mirror. I'm you, how you see yourself. And that thought connects with mirror work. If you are able to sit with that person that you've seen, how you see yourself in reality, how you see yourself in that relationship, how you see yourself at work, how you see yourself personally, how you see your younger self, your adult self, your teen self, your present self, your future self. And you can really do that. And it might only be 10 seconds you can do before you can cry, and that's okay. But as you do it day by day by day, 10 seconds becomes a minute becomes 5 minutes. And even though it doesn't sound like much, you are healing it. You're healing the self-value, the damage that people have put on you, the energy that people have put on you, all of the negativity that people have put on you, and you're doing it on a daily basis. In order for you to see that self-love and self-love and whatever it is, you need to uncover it. And in order for you to do that, you need to do it on a day-to-day basis. And mirror work can also be a great place for you to do affirmations in yourself, finding things that you are insecure about and finding positive sentences and saying it to yourself as you look at yourself. As you do the mirror work, I want you to examine every part of your body, your hands, your everything, your breasts, whatever it may be, your ears, your face, your nose, your hips, and to absorb everything that you look at and just look at that body. And, you know, fall in love with it and fall in love with yourself and your energy again. And we need to do this all the time, even if you are on a kind of a route of self-love. If you're not, that's completely fine. Whatever you're looking for, just know that the answer is within yourself, and you need to heal yourself so you can be the biggest truth and then walk into your truth as much as possible. And with the world of social media, you guys know I live in it, I work in it. But one thing I will say is when you're living in a world of social media, you need to be conscious of how much we absorb and be conscious of how it affects us. And it might not seem like much, but it does a lot. It does do a lot. It does affect us a lot. And I just want to let you guys know that in order for you to have your self-value, you need to do a lot of you time for yourself. So like I said, face those, write down, journal, and do it daily. Like, take that 5 minutes, have a little journal. I have a journal for myself every day, and I like to look through it and write down the things you feel and meditate on it and and change those negativities into positivity. Make those you know, boundaries, priorities, expectations, you know, remove all negativity that does not serve you anymore. I know it feels like it does. It doesn't anymore. It no longer does. And I'm telling you this now. Say it with me. It doesn't serve me anymore. And remove it with whatever it is, the person, the thing, the job. Say it and say, it doesn't serve me anymore. Repeat it. That relationship doesn't serve me anymore. That career doesn't serve me anymore. So yeah, that is literally the video. I hope you guys really enjoyed it. I had such a great time recording it, and it was so great to chat with you guys. I really hope that you were able to feel uplifted through my video. And I really hope it allowed at least one of you guys to really feel, you know, this inspiration of really how much we're actually the drivers of our own, the view of how we see ourselves with our value and our self and our love. And love takes over anything. Compassion takes over anything. And in order for you to do it, no matter crystals and whatnot, you need to put the work in. So that's it. I hope you guys had a great chat. I loved chatting with you guys as always. Sending you guys a lot of light, love, and positivity. Make sure you give this video a thumbs up, subscribe, put the notification bell so you don't miss a video, share it with all to give them the positivity and love that they need to self-love themselves. And I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye.